The government says they are doing this to protect the children and stop cybercrime, but they are using those good intentions as an emotional shield to push forward an unpopular mass surveillance grid. When we look back at how personal technology used to be, digital safety was managed right under the family roof. Parents used localized tools like keyloggers and software controls to actively supervise minors and keep personal responsibility in the hands of the family. Today, the technology to keep children safe is more advanced than ever. By using localized, on-device artificial intelligence and natural language filters, digital platforms can intercept predators, blur explicit images, and block dangerous content right on a minor's device. This smart, targeted approach protects children at the exact point of contact without tracking regular citizens or collecting anyone else's data. Instead of choosing this safe, common-sense technology, the federal government is using two sweeping pieces of legislation to implement top-down, centralized control. The first is Bill C-34, known as the Safe Social Media Act. While the politicians market it as a simple account ban for youth under 16, the fine print allows the government to expand its reach far beyond apps like TikTok and Instagram. The language creates a framework to regulate everyday online tools, including cloud storage providers, gaming networks, and local community message boards. To enforce this under 16 ban, platforms will be forced to use age gates. This means everyday adult Canadians will be trapped into submitting to facial recognition scans, biometric tracking, or uploading government identification just to access ordinary websites and live a normal digital life. To make sure corporations fall in line, a newly established Digital Safety Commission of Canada will have the power to issue crushing compliance fines of up to $10 million, or 3% of global revenue, ensuring the tech giants immediately surrender user privacy to protect their bottom lines. While Bill C-34 strips away your online anonymity, the second piece of legislation, Bill C-22, ensures your digital movements are completely logged. Known as the Lawful Access Act, this bill authorizes regulations forcing telecommunications and internet companies to retain the metadata of all Canadians for up to 1 year, completely regardless of whether a person is suspected of any wrongdoing. While the government notes this does not log the text content of your messages, this metadata records your transmission logs and device identifiers. Security experts warn this allows the state to retroactively map a citizen's physical location, cell tower connections, daily movements, and personal associations over a 12-month window. Furthermore, under the Supporting Authorized Access to Information Act portion of the bill, electronic service providers are legally compelled to build specific technical interception capabilities directly into their software. Privacy advocates warn that forcing companies to build these backdoors for law enforcement severely damages cybersecurity and creates massive system vulnerabilities that hostile foreign states or hackers can easily exploit. The missing link to this entire surveillance architecture is the massive influx of industrial data centers being constructed across the country. Storing a rolling 12-month history of every cell phone ping, device footprint, and connection log for millions of citizens requires an unprecedented amount of storage space. Running continuous facial recognition algorithms, biometric verifications, and metadata cross-referencing requires immense computational power. These multi-billion-dollar data centers are the physical bricks and mortar of the digital cage, acting as the warehouses built to store the digital receipts of your entire life. The true consequence of this system is the weaponization of the state against independent researchers, alternative media, and whistleblowers who dare to expose official lies. Whistleblowing relies entirely on anonymity to expose corruption without facing professional or legal retaliation. By mandating digital identity gates, the state dismantles the concept of anonymous public speech. Independent journalism relies on secure channels to protect confidential sources, but by logging a 1-year searchable archive of all communication metadata, the state can instantly track the exact moment an insider connects with an independent reporter. Finally, by leaving the definitions of harmful content in the hands of a government-appointed panel, the state gains the legal authority to flag, suppress, and silence independent reporting under the guise of content moderation. The state is squeezing individual liberty from both ends. Bill C-34 demands you prove who you are to navigate the web, and Bill C-22 logs your every step once you log in. This infrastructure is not driven by a lack of safety solutions. It is driven by a desire for total, centralized control over information and the public's right to dissent. This is the Canadian Citizens Journal.